I'm Jay Jankowski, and I come from San Francisco, California, and I work in healthcare data analytics. Yeah, so I started on piano, I think I was in probably grade school, and we didn't have a piano at home, but we had a neighbor that would babysit myself and my two older brothers, and she had a piano there, and I just kind of gravitated towards the instrument because there was something about it that intrigued me. And I just would sit at the piano and I would just play, and I just loved the sound that it would create. Probably just making all kinds of random noises, obviously at a young age. And the woman who would babysit me, she had a conversation with my mother. They were good friends. And she said, Jay, you should maybe see if he wants to take some lessons or encourage that. And because I guess she saw something that she picked up on that, me going straight to the piano. And so my mom did that. She got a piano, and then she sent me to some music lessons, probably for a couple of years. The challenges I was facing is a lot of arm pain. And for example, I had bought a new piano right when COVID was kind of ending, and I kind of just went crazy, not playing with the right technique. And I actually injured myself, so it took me a long time to actually get to play the piano again. And I think it was because throughout my childhood, I studied as a child, and I studied in college as a hobby with a doctoral student. And I just didn't learn the right technique, and I just probably hold a lot of tension in my arms. And so I think that was I wanted to come here and meet everybody and get the chance to meet with Aaron. And we had our master class yesterday, and I found it very helpful, just him being there to observe and seeing specifically where I'm holding my attention. So I want to work on that more, and I think that's going to help, in me progressing, because I was getting to the point where if I practiced too much, I would have pain, and then I would lose control. Yeah, it just came up randomly on my feed on Instagram and Aaron's Academy, and I just felt maybe it's time I get a different perspective, someone with a different approach. And I was excited that, I had the opportunity to work with a concert pianist. And so that's kind of why I decided, I thought about it for a while. We had some interaction before I decided to sign up, and that's kind of what brought me to this. I think every piano teacher has a different approach. I'm not sure if one way, different approaches may benefit certain people in different ways that might be beneficial. But I think I was lacking what I needed to kind of overcome my injury and just to make more progress, because I think what I was going through, I limited the amount of time I can practice and how I practice. So I appreciate that. I attend this music school, a community music school in San Francisco, and I've had multiple teachers because some quit and I get assigned a new teacher. And so I think it's something beneficial to experience different approaches, different teachers, because they have their own kind of way that teach you. Yeah. I was skeptical. I'm skeptical joining on an online program because I've never learned or tried to learn piano through that method. I felt that maybe the sound quality is not going to be that good, or Aaron wouldn't be able to pick up the finer details of the little details that I'm maybe doing incorrectly. And so I found it very effective. I can see that, Aaron could even pick up, if I was hitting the wrong notes, like in a chord, for example, or just observing my mechanics of my arms, my approach on the keyboard. I found it very helpful. And so I think I kind of felt like I've been continuing it, and this has been really helpful, even though it's online. I really wanted a different approach to see about what can I improve on my approach on the keyboard, the way I hold my body and my arms, how I use my fingers. Because I think the pain that I had in the past was limiting me in moving forward. And that was the biggest thing that I thought, maybe, Aaron's he's a professional pianist, and he's seen many teachers throughout his life, and I thought that could be valuable for me to see what he would say about what's going on. I've been working with Aaron for 9 months. The results from this collaboration thus far has been kind of getting back to the basics. and Aaron has said to me a couple of times that you're not quite ready for that piece. It's a little bit too difficult for you. And he's been very focused on getting back to the basics, the technique, the touch. And so I think that's really what I need to get better, because I've just been stuck of how I've been approaching. Yeah, I did 2 chamber ensembles at my music school, and it was, I've never played in front of people. Piano and historically has always been a personal thing for me. And I was super scared and nervous to do it, and it took me like about a year to finally agree that I would sign up for this special course. And it was completely scary at first, but afterwards I really learned that I enjoy collaborating with other musicians. I think it's a different skill set, and I find it very rewarding and fun, just simply put, really fun. And getting to meet other people and spending that much time with them and learning about their instruments and playing together. So I did 2 chamber ensembles at my music school, and the second one, I was kind of pleasantly surprised that the multiple faculty came up to me after my performance, at the end of the entire performance, and they said that you've improved so much in your expression. They were complimenting on my expression. So that felt good, because I think that's something that I've been struggling with as well, especially being in front of people and being nervous. I think my approach of studying, practicing, not trying to take on something too challenging based on where I'm at with piano, and practicing slow, taking a small section at a time and repeating it very, very slowly without making mistakes. And then as I get to that point, then I can perhaps play it at a normal tempo that it's supposed to be played in, and just kind of breaking it apart like that instead of, I think the biggest a common theme or common approach for people that are non-professional piano players is to, like the impatience part. You want to sit down, and if you can read music really well, you just want to go play all the way through. And like a short-term, a great experience of just being able to play all the way through, but then you don't really either learn how to memorize it, or you make mistakes, or your articulation is incorrect. Just focusing more and being more mindful, and just with the collaboration with Aaron, just kind of taking those suggestions and techniques and just applying it, but very focused. That was kind of an interesting, what my expectations were, especially coming to this this workshop. Aaron is a professional classical concert pianist, and I followed him often on the social media and then watching his videos. So it was honestly intimidating. When will I have a chance to meet and on this personal level with a professional? And so I didn't know what to expect, but Aaron's a very kind, easygoing guy, and so that kind of just made it easier for me to relax and just focus with what, based on his teachings. What surprised me the most working with Aaron has been just letting go of the fact that he's this very talented musician, and just seeing him as just someone that has a strong passion of teaching, and the willingness to work with people that aren't trying to become professional concert pianists, but people that have a passion for it. It's like their escape or a hobby, that they just love a creative outlet. And then the fact that Aaron is so open and willing to work with people that just love it for a pastime, for example. It's a kind of a passion. I would definitely recommend Aaron, to collaborate with Aaron through his program, for people that may have studied piano in the past, and just think, I haven't made much progress and I'm not good enough. But I would recommend Aaron, if you feel like you've always enjoyed it, personally enjoyed it, just making that sound, expressing that creativity. His approach is easy to take in, and it's just very helpful for improving based on his approach, that you can actually perform. You can improve for more long term.